Charles, we're back. We're back again.
We're back again. You know what? I was laughing too. So we just got done with the Quick Trip episode, which is literally an episode
Yeah.
about a fantastic gas station.
That
and a
yeah,
wonderful
well,
woman.
partly that guess is that episode is about you. She really is interested in that video. She wants to see that. She messaged me back today and goes, "Please videotape that." And I said, "Absolutely." I said, "It'll be," and you know what? That could be a big banger for us on YouTube too. YouTube, shout out. We're back.
Shout out. We're back. We're back
We're
on
out of
YouTube. For
YouTube
those of us,
jail.
yeah, we're out of YouTube jail.
Yeah.
Are you even edgy if you haven't been in YouTube jail? Can you be called edgy if you haven't been put in YouTube jail?
And I like Will's comment. You guys trying to get put back in there? It's like,
Nah, man. Nah.
nah.
No, we just do us. Every
Yeah.
once in a while, someone's got to come up and go, hey,
It's just
turns
funny
out, just
stuff.
funny stuff for 97 more days. All right. So
Yeah.
90 and 99 days, I'm going to drop a hot topic. I don't know what it is yet, bro. I don't know what it is, but 99 days from September 20th, 2023, 5:52 p.m. Central.
What is 90 days from today? What is that date?
Honestly, I think Christmas is pretty quick. Hold on. Here we go.
Ooh, it's gotta
Hey
be around there.
Siri, how far away am I from Christmas? I'm telling you, it's close. It's 3 months and 1 week. That's 97 days
All right.
ish.
So yeah, so
Hold
you're just
on. How many days until Christmas? It might be 99 days. 96 days. So 3
so
days after Christmas, I'm going to drop something controversial. I have no idea what it's going to be yet.
probably gonna be ripping on the bowl projections is what we're gonna be doing because that's around the bowl time. Or NFL playoffs could be coming around that time too.
I do have a
That's my hot
smiley face
take.
tattoo located somewhere.
There you go.
That could be it too.
Hopefully by that time we're not planning our buffalo tattoo adventure because that's something
Oh,
that I really am
man.
not looking forward to if that happens. And I did find a buffalo fan website that I'm not going to bring this up because it's gonna really you will be talking about this for hours afterwards. So anyway, I'll just give you the gist of it. There was a Buffalo fan, and he said he predicted the next few games of their schedule, and he said, "Screw it, I'm just gonna." He in detail pages he wrote down, explained everything that's going to happen in these games, and he did this with the thought that Travis Hunter was not going to be there. And he even predicted, so he predicted a loss to Oregon. He says it's going to be a tough game for them, not going to be one that they're going to be favored in. It's going to be hard for them. But he's got them beaten USC, Arizona State, losing to Washington, Utah. And I looked at it and I'm like, I can see a lot of this happening, but beating USC, that one really, it didn't. But he's got them finishing like 11th in the polls at the end of the year, which would be if that happens, that would be crazy. If
I
they
ain't getting a
stay at
tattoo. I don't give a fuck.
no.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
might buy some of those sports cards though.
yeah, I could see it. I could see it happening if half of USC's offense gets hurt, but
It just magically they become a better football team over the course of the next what 2 games because 2 3 games because it's they think they play Oregon and then they got a couple bangers and then they go ahead and play USC again.
yeah, and it's going to take 6 people off the defense to become superstars. He's
True.
missing at least 6.
Yeah, you got to get
5 or
better.
6 people. So,
Got to get better.
yeah. That's that Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that's the Kool-Aid we're not drinking. That's that cheap stuff, that Country Time lemonade Kool-Aid. That's the
It's
stuff
not
that your
brisk,
grandma
baby.
bought. No.
So, back to the randomness that is just random. Which is this entire episode is just going to be filled with randomness. It's going to jump all over. And we're going to start right off the bat. Now, this has come up on Facebook a few times, and it's a 3,200-year-old attendance sheet, right? So this is like people who were working around Egypt and shit.
Right.
So the first person provided for work absences, all right? Drinking with Knusu.
No idea.
Not me neither.
Doesn't ring a bell.
I'm hoping that's a person. His daughter was bleeding. So it got me thinking, right?
Yeah, it's very vague.
So I'm guessing, like, not to go too far into this, but probably a period, right? Like,
Sure. Yeah. She's of age.
but now imagine what it may or may not have been like back in those times, not knowing what we know today. That seems like a pretty legitimate reason not to be at work, right? Because the demons have come for my daughter and I must fight them off over the night.
Sure. But did you also think that maybe were a lot of those people slaves back then?
So
That's the other thing I
Hollywood's
don't get.
apparently Hollywood's depiction of slavery has muddled the actual facts of these people weren't actually slaves. Like
Oh, so,
it was just
so
like
it's like day job.
yeah, it was just a
Yeah.
normal fucking thing. This is just what they did. But going even further into it, it's really cool to look into. But they loved their fucking job, dude. They died for their job. And it
Yeah.
wasn't like they were making minimum wage, though. They literally got food for their
Bread.
family, a bunch of
Yeah.
wine, and a few coin to go spend on themselves because everything else was paid for type shit. Today, we're fucked up because of the capitalism. That we're going to throw that out there.
See, what are you gonna say? They're socialists? They were socialists?
No,
The first socialist
no,
society?
I with one
Not to get
where
political, but
not
I
to get
mean,
political, right? Socialism works until you put humans into it.
yeah,
Socialism
yeah.
on paper always
In
looks nice.
yeah, in premise, like it's
No.
yeah, get once you
Then you
put
throw it
them
into
there,
it.
yeah,
It's shitty.
yeah, we're
So then we
animals.
go on to baiting to his father. And I guess I should have Googled some of these weird ass Egyptian terms. You would think that they would just put what the that word means on
Well, you
here, right? But no, I'm a smart
yeah.
fucking archaeology museum thing. Libating, Libating. So then moving on from that, brewing beer, right? Oh boys, man, listen, I want to come to work, but I got this batch I gotta take care
Is
of.
he a big drunk?
You know, and that's good. Like you gotta guess that dude's gotta be one of the town brewers. So
Right.
multiple jobs. That's cool.
Sure, I
Building
got it.
his house. That's
Yeah.
another reason. What's that?
No, it's just that you got the brewer, the builder, the carpenter.
Yeah,
So,
fetching
like,
stone for the scribe. I wonder what that journey would have been like, dude.
yeah, what kinda stone is this guy requesting? Is it some kinda magic, like,
Probably
sorting the
some
stone out?
fucking limestone, something that's
Yeah.
easy to write on, I'm guessing, or who knows, stone might be a term for script, right?
Weed
Maybe or
or weed.
weed. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
weed. But can
'Cause, I
you
mean, he was a
imagine, like,
philosopher. Yeah.
do you go down to the local script shop? Like, you just head on
No.
down, "Hey, what's up, Ari? Hardly working or working hard? Bit of the former than the latter, my friend." You know,
Here's
"Oh,
some
I need
here's a coin. Give me your
oh,
best scribe materials.
I need 5 of them fucking stone right there, man."
Not that one. That one's got holes in it. It's pity.
Don't try and fuck me like you did on the last one. Oh, the lashings were not good. We're not good.
I used to
But,
always
the
get
lashings are made up. That's a Hollywood thing. These guys,
yeah,
fuck, he didn't get as much wine as he could have. You
Charles,
fucked me on my wine.
when did the Irish take over?
I
You
don't
got the
know.
Irish
I don't
accent.
I don't know where
You
I was
sound like
going
the
with that.
Lucky Charms guy
We're
talking.
the
It's for
first
sure.
slaves, bro. We're the
Yeah.
first slaves.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we didn't know what they sounded like. They could have been like,
Who knows? Who
yeah,
the
they could
fuck
have
knows
been
what
very
dinosaurs
proper.
sound like, right? We just make that shit up.
What if dinosaurs? All right, we'll go with some Joe Rogan type stuff. If you want to get real weird, let's get real weird. I was going to talk to Clint about this.
Yeah.
Like people are always saying how they like depict dinosaurs like being able to have a roar and stuff. What if them damn things talked? How do we know?
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
Bible, animals could speak.
I
What if
mean,
dinosaurs could
I guess
speak?
the best the thing is too is what would we know what their like their vocal box looks like?
Yeah,
How would
because
we figure that out?
they've
Because if we
never
could
found a
figure out the vocal
dinosaur.
box, we just 3D print the motherfucker, then blow air through it and see what happens.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. If they were all just like squeaky, squealy like pigs. Yeah.
Can
Like
you
you can just
imagine?
get it.
I don't know, dude. Like just walking through the woods. Forget the fucking 17,000-foot mushrooms and like the crazy ass
Yeah.
tree leaves, right? But just
Yeah.
walking through, like, how would that even sound?
I bet
Would
you
you
it was
hear anything at
quiet.
all?
No,
Or
it
would
was
it just
probably
be quiet?
quiet. It was quiet.
Because
Fucking
yeah.
dinosaurs. Just fucking come up. That was the thing too. If you're a
Well, you know
caveman, like
that
your biggest thing would be like you get eaten by one of them, those giant like mountain lion type animals, a saber-toothed tiger. Just come up
yeah,
behind you and fuck you up.
yeah. Or hear me out,
All right, I'm
you
hearing
fuck
you.
it up, and
You
then you
fuck
get to wear a saber-tooth tiger necklace.
Here's one thing I never did understand about cavemen. There's no way
Yeah.
they were carrying that 300-pound club over their shoulder. You ever see the size of that thing? It's like a tree
Bro,
trunk with a
I'm
log on
still
the end
trying
of
to
it.
figure out how they ate, right? Like, they didn't have claws and they didn't have sharp fangs.
Raw meat. Just
How the fuck they eating? Like,
you
and
brought this up
they
before. They did just
yeah.
chuck an animal on the fire one day. Oops. Or you
Yeah,
said
oh,
one of
my
their
bad.
or
My
one of
most
their
important resource in the world. Oh, my bad. And it's gotta be the fish. It had to have been fish.
you wanna
Yeah,
know something
yeah.
really wild that they brought up on Rogan one time? I hate to keep bringing him up, but it was very
Whatever.
important. He brought up,
He's in place.
I think Peterson was on there with him, and Jordan Peterson. I think he talked to him about he was doing some philosophical bullshit, and he goes, they did realize that they had religion and everything. They actually buried their dead, and they had marriages like ceremonies and stuff because they found these like things around their heads and stuff like things that like
Yeah.
were within a religious ceremony. He goes, yeah, I'm like, it's crazy we think of them as Neanderthals and idiots and morons. Like they
Well,
probably what if they were just as smart, if not smarter than we were? You know what I
here
mean? They just didn't have the tools.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Science today deems everyone before 1800
Yeah,
was
idiots.
is
Yeah.
idiots, right? But here's the really cool thing about archaeology. For those of you who don't know, don't look into it, or are curious and may or may not have kids looking into this. We're getting to the portion of Earth's crust that's like that year 10,000,
Yeah, we talked
right?
about this. Yeah,
Yeah,
eventually you
so
work your way down through the
we're
soil and the silt in
what we're
10,000
digging up
years.
what we're digging up today is changing what we knew yesterday.
Right.
5 years from right now, bro, I'm telling you, Egypt is gonna be young. 5 years from today, Egypt is gonna be young
Yeah.
in
Well, didn't they
comparison to
already
what we find.
we spoke about this before. Didn't we talk about the rainforest? Like they have uncovered like an entire like city underneath the rainforest and it's huge. It's like
Yeah.
20 square miles or something. Yeah, glad they don't talk about that in the news, but Charles and I are
I
right
mean,
now.
the Amazon so
It's
planet Earth
crazy.
is nuts, right? The
Yeah.
Earth today was not Earth of yesterday. No shit, Charles. What I mean by that
Just
too
fact
is
check 'em.
yeah, let's fact check that shit, is that the oceans were once deserts and our
Yeah.
deserts were once oceans. So that very well means that the fucking rainforest wasn't where the rainforest once was. Nature takes shit over except Machu Picchu. And if you don't know
Yeah.
Machu Picchu, you should go visit Machu Picchu,
I
virtually
wish
or physically.
I
I want
would
to go
I would
physically.
yeah, me too. I'd love to. That'd be
Yeah, because
badass.
I wanna take that fucking train to Lake
Oh,
Titicaca. I wanna take that
yeah,
train
the
ride up to
train,
Lake
that's right.
Titicaca.
Yeah.
Yeah. People will tell you, "Oh, guerrilla warfare, they'll fuck you up." No, it's a great train ride. There's an amazing book
Oh,
on it.
man.
Lots of
Yeah.
them, dude. I fuck that. But anywho,
Yeah,
no,
you've
it just
seen
it
that.
makes sense. That area is so massive, right? Everywhere
Right.
we've gone on Earth, somebody's been. Even in these frozen ass places in Russia, they're finding frozen angels. Not statues, frozen angels. That's another really cool story. You guys look that one up.
Yeah, yeah.
But Simpsons called that one too. That's nuts, dude.
Yeah, that one's creepy.
That's creepy. Anyways, almost
So,
done.
anyway, you're talking about, yeah, where things were or weren't where they were before. Like, see
Yes.
the
The jungle
Pangea.
overtook that shit,
Well,
man.
remember, you're talking about Pangea, and you're talking about when it broke up. It just and then you got
Even in between
oh,
that, yeah. There's Earth phases.
right.
Hell, there's maps from 1500 that depict Antarctica with no ice on it.
No, yeah, Greenland with trees and
The sediment we found underneath the ice in Antarctica actually confirms those fucking maps.
yeah, weren't they talking about there being, like, sand dunes or something
Yeah.
underneath the lakes in Antarctica? There was land there, and
Yep.
it just fell into the ocean?
It's dude,
Yeah,
I still think it's where the Earth's supercomputer is.
the Earth
I'm
supercomputers
telling you,
underneath.
it's where the Earth's supercomputer
There's all those
resides.
there's all those nut jobs that always say that,
Check
like,
this out.
the
Ant
Nazis are there and stuff, they took it
Atlantis.
over, and it's Atlantis, yeah.
Atlantis, Antarctica. Are you feeling it? "Oh, no, Atlantis, it's already been found." "Yeah, sure it
Yeah,
has."
thought
That's
it
what
was
they
in, like,
want you to
I was on
know.
the coast of Greece, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they want you to think because it's the world's supercomputer. Why doesn't the moon rotate, players? Everything else in this damn galaxy does. But anywho, we're moving away from conspiracies.
Don't get anybody talked on conspiracy theories because that's the funny thing is that you and I joke about them, but there's so many
Yeah.
people that believe them. It's you gotta
The
be
moon
really
doesn't rotate?
you gotta really freaking not step on people's toes because people are nuts. Like, they will listen and believe
That's I'm
anything,
trying to
so
figure out how many flat earthers are
allegedly,
playing the game
yeah.
Starfield with me right now.
Oh my god, probably every one of them. They're probably losing their minds.
There's
Gotta
no
be
way
careful.
this is real.
Gotta be careful who you talk to with the jetpack, man. That's not real. You can't do that. You can't levitate because gravity won't let you do that. You're defying gravity, man. Bullshit.
Making remedies for the scribe's wife.
So a lot of this was like depicted as they were just doing their regular everyday job or their hobbies outside of work, and then they took days off to accomplish those hobbies because they didn't have free time, probably. Not much of it, it didn't seem like.
No, it seemed like there wasn't a yearly schedule as much as it was just
Yeah.
life. And if you needed a break from life, you simply just took a break from life. Because drinking beer, right? That's one of the
Yeah.
reasons they had a day off. Suffering with his eye, embalming Hormos. Wonder who Hormos was. Strengthening the door.
Yeah. That's the carpenter thing. And these people
Yeah.
had secondary jobs outside of the real jobs.
Offering to the god.
The god, huh?
Offering to the god. That was the craziest thing. Declassified satellite images uncover lost city of Alexander the Great. Researchers also discover statues of Greco-Roman gods located in the city. So that's hey, if you guys want to go check that shit out, that's what's going on in the world outside of your backyard. So we'll bounce from there into some interesting presidential facts. And I'm not going to dig too deep into these, but we're going to go right from the history.com. We're just going to go right from the History Channel here. And some of these I already knew, like George Washington loved to breed dogs. I actually knew
Sure.
that. I didn't remember that, but as I was reading it, I was like, oh, yeah.
He also had wooden teeth and loved apple trees, right? Or no, it's Johnny Appleseed.
That's Johnny
John
Appleseed.
J. Appleseed. I see I got my facts confused here, but the wooden teeth, I'm pretty sure George Washington had wooden teeth.
Now, this was a fun fact. It's a stupid fact, so I'm going to look further into Mr. Adams here, Mr. John Adams.
John Adams.
But for this episode, what we're we're going to talk about is him and his wife
Okay.
exchanged more than 1,100 letters over the course of their lengthy relationship.
Love letters?
I'm guessing, yeah, at
Man,
least
could you imagine
1,100.
reading love letters back then?
1,100 of them. I hate reading
1,100.
text messages longer than 3 lines.
Yeah,
If
I'm
you
good on
if
that.
like send it to me in another text. I don't
Right.
care if my phone doesn't go bling
No,
because
it
I have to
doesn't
fuck
go
her
vroom,
off.
vroom.
But if you send me this, I'm like, what? I read the first couple lines, I read a sentence in the middle, and I read the last line, and I go, oh man, that sucks.
It's like you and I, if we text back and forth, you respond to the first thing that they commented, and then maybe tomorrow you'll respond to the secondary one. Like, it's fine. It's fine.
I do
I'm
too.
I'm exactly the same way. I'm only rolling with what you said originally because the rest of it I didn't read. So
I haven't read
we're
yet,
good. Yeah,
and I'm
we're
not ready
yet.
to read it
Nah,
yet.
nah, we're good.
That's funny. Let's see. Yeah, Thomas Jefferson, the principal author of the Declaration of Independence, yada yada. So let's see. You know what? Something I really would like to point out too, like, why the hell have our presidents been so fucking boring? Almost all of them are just John Tyler. Tyler fathered 15 children, the most of any
Damn.
president. Yeah, let's vote in what's his face or Philip Rivers. Either one of those two. Who's that guy from that was Rap Battles? Nick Cannon. Yeah, why couldn't I remember his
Yeah.
name? Nick Cannon. He was once married to the mother of Christmas, Mariah Carey, of course.
Yeah.
Who was pretty close to being unthawed, actually. She's damn close. So James Polk, during his term, Polk secretly purchased a number of enslaved children for his Mississippi cotton plantation.
Yeah. That's just crazy to me that yeah, exactly. They did it. They definitely did that back then.
Yeah,
Whatever.
that's the
We're all
fact.
aware of this. He's
That's
not.
like that's the fact. Yeah, like seriously.
These are facts. These are things that actually happen. Yeah, unfortunate facts.
And that's
Still,
why
but
that's
facts
Fort Polk
nonetheless.
was renamed and all of that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
I get it,
correct.
whatever. But that's just it. That's just it for
Yeah,
Mr. Polk. There's no more interesting facts for him for the rest of his life. The guy
yep,
was at one point in time interesting enough to have a military base named after him.
yeah,
But the history.com's fact for him is that he bought slave children secretly for his Mississippi plantation. Well, he was in
right.
Mississippi.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
it was
that's
different times, not good times really,
no,
probably if you lived back
no,
then. There were times that you had to live in it. It must have been rough for a lot of people. Like
it's
I
super
can't even
frustrating.
I can't even imagine. Like it's just to me it just it bothers me because obviously our textbooks and stuff tell different stories, but not the real ones. And I'd really like to hear the real ones, but it's a bitter, hard truth and a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people. So we'll just
Yep.
say that.
Yeah. No, I agree.
We'll
I agree.
just say that.
History is only ever written by a victor.
Yes.
We only know today what people of yesterday want us to know. There's so much information lost throughout time for
Right.
just no reason at all.
Right, and that goes back to everything, even like biblical times, like
Yep.
back into like to the Romans. Could you imagine what else was going on? Because the Romans got to write an entire like 1,000 years of history.
Yeah.
Like it
I would
happened.
love to visit Pompeii.
Yeah. Pompeii. Yeah.
Pompeii would have been
Before the
like just so cool.
volcano. Yeah.
Yeah, and like the
Yeah.
shit that was going on in Pompeii that they're finding out now, like these crazy hidden like wine drinking dancing cults.
Yeah. They
What?
had yeah, kind of like Asia, like China, where they had
Yeah.
those opium dens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard
You
those
know,
opium dens were still going on, like, during the Vietnam War, and they busted a bunch of them. 'em. I'd love to have
oh
somebody
yeah.
on from Vietnam that, like, got in on
Yeah.
one of them. Back then, they had them opium dens, and they go in there, and we went in there and raided one of them sons of bitches. That sons of bitches had opium
You know,
everywhere.
today we
Something
enter
like that.
today we
Something like that.
something like that. Something like that. Today we entertain ourselves with television, sports, podcasts, video
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
Yesterday, nobody had those things. And the human
No.
mind is just as active today as it was yesterday. You can't tell me none of that. I don't
No.
care what scientist you are. You can't tell me none of that. Yeah, Albert Einstein may or may not, or whoever's the smartest effing person of all time at this point that we know. Hell, that could have been your everyday Joe
Right.
4,000 years ago. It's crazy the world we live in today. Let's see. Was the first Rutherford B. Hayes, 1877. Hayes was the first president to have a telephone in the White House. That's what
Charles, to be honest with you, how many people would even remember that man was a president? How
that's
long
what
did he
I'm
serve?
saying. How are our presidents?
What alright, check this out. What if, in order for you to become a citizen of this country you know where I'm going with this, don't you?
Yeah,
Because I see you
dude.
rubbing your
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah.
You had to repeat and tell when every president of this country served. I bet you 99% of the people in this
Listen,
country
listen.
could not do it.
I could promise you the test you have to take for that green card is more dramatic
It is.
than just being born in America.
I heard
You don't have to know nothing.
you know what?
It's sad.
I'm gonna do this. You and I are gonna take the green card test and see
Okay.
if we can pass. We're gonna do it. We're gonna take it. Because honestly, I do believe that if
I
those
do want it
people
in writing. If I fail, I don't lose my citizenship.
well, true, but I do this is what I feel. I feel like those people that do pass it absolutely 100% studied and agreed that they should be citizens of this country, and that's something that I think a lot of people can agree on because
100%. If
it's
you don't
harder than
agree
the
with
test
that,
that they take nowadays, yeah.
you don't have enough upstairs to be sitting at the same table.
Sure, there are people out there who like to
Yeah,
argue these
bigots and
facts,
whatnot.
and it's yes,
Absolutely. Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I've met quite a few who have taken paths to become citizens, and every one of them are more American than a lot of the people I've met.
Oh,
Absolutely,
for
I agree.
sure, yeah. It's not easy. Not easy being greedy.
Chester A. Arthur. All right. This dude is a fucking president from
Chester A. Arthur. What
A. Arthur, which is weird. Hold on. James A. Garfield, who is the first left handed president, but he never served as a
Ohio senator because he then won the Republican nomination. Whatever.
Yeah, see, that one's
Chester,
weird though. Yeah, he won the election. He never got to even serve as never got to serve his
yeah,
term as
who
in
was known as the
office.
first,
Yeah,
was elected as the U.S. Senate, but never served as Ohio senator because he then won the Republican nomination for
nomination. Yeah,
president.
he went straight to running for president after that.
Crazy. So
Yeah,
then Chester A. Arthur, who I guess won, I don't know. Arthur was named in honor of Chester Abell, the doctor who delivered him. That's the fun fact for Chester. He was named
right.
after his doctor. This is sad. This is so sad. This is on the history.com, by the way. I didn't intend for this to become this, but
Right.
I'm glad I did. This is like big companies just doing the bare minimum. Somebody got paid a whole bunch of fucking money to tell me that old boy Chester, one of our presidents, was named after his doctor, and that's the fun fact. Oh, I'm livid.
I can't even find
History.
this president. I'm trying to find a photo of this president,
Which one?
the one that you're talking about.
Chester A. Arthur. Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at you got the mutton chops and this crazy freaking beard that
Oh,
he's
I
got
promise
going
you
on
he
there.
does in the 18s. Yeah.
Oh man, one of these guys looks like Adolf.
Oh man, are you about ready to hear a fun fact that might no longer be this dude's fun fact, but we can't talk about why or how? Because
Oh, never mind. It's not. It's just me. I'm just looking at this wrong.
Oh.
I'm looking at this way wrong. Yeah, there's no way. This dude is like 1800s.
Grover Cleveland, 1885 to 89, and then
Correct.
1893 to 97. No president except Cleveland has ever served non-consecutive terms. See where I'm going with this? He
Yeah.
defeated James G. Blaine in 1884, lost to Benjamin Harrison in 1888, despite winning the popular vote, and then came back to defeat Harrison in 1892. Is history repeating itself, broski?
It's so weird how like these things. Yeah, it's possible. They always
See-
say that it does, but it's always a gimmick when they say stuff like that too. But
Now,
it's entirely possible that it could happen. I'm not gonna say
Unfortunately,
it can't.
yeah, I agree with you. But unfortunately, because this is 1889 to 1893, I can tell you why Benjamin Harris did not get reelected. Can't tell you, but I could give you a pretty good guess.
Yeah, I think we all
Due to
kinda,
his fact,
yeah,
Harrison was the first president to hire a female White House staffer.
yeah,
And the
Yeah.
next year he was gone.
yeah. That was
Welcome to
one
the
of the.
1800s. Yeah. That's some dirty times in America. I can't believe that's even up there, to be honest with you. That definitely pokes a bee nest history. That pokes
Yeah.
a bee nest history channel.
I bet you. I wonder how many people, if you told them that was a strange fact and finding, like that they would actually be able to pick that one out because that's over 100 years ago, well over
Yeah.
100 years ago, and
I'm
it's just
surprised that we
something you
haven't
don't hear about.
I'm
No, you don't
surprised
hear
that we
about
haven't
it.
heard about it in today's day and age.
Right?
Actually.
Yeah, for sure.
Why isn't there a Benjamin Harrison building? Why isn't there like a Benjamin Harrison?
For all we know, the guy was.
He was literally the first person to hire a female White House staffer. That
Yeah.
dude took initiative when there wasn't even the word initiative yet, to be honest.
We probably should be able to. We should probably find out what her name is because she probably deserves some public recognition for sure.
Probably click on the link right here.
Yeah.
Alice Sanger as the first female staffer.
Shout out Alice
Sanger
Sanger.
and the Sanger family. Alice Sanger, the
Yep.
first female White House staffer on January 2nd, 1890. During an otherwise uneventful presidency, remarkable only for allowing Congress a free-for-all in spending public funds, Alice Sanger's appointment may have been an olive branch to the growing woman suffrage movement that had gathered momentum during Harrison's presidency.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically the dude was like, yo, Congress, spend away. And we've been fixing it ever since. Is that what you're telling me? No, that's
Oh, so maybe this wasn't a good thing. So, or just
I
like,
actually now
yeah,
I see why he didn't get reelected.
Yes.
That old boy
It's-
went, yo,
it-
Congress, here's a
maybe it wasn't exactly hiring Alice. Maybe it was other things in his spending bill. Maybe he did not balance the budget quite so well. Let's just say that. He did a terrible job.
so check this out too. All right. William McKinley.
Yeah.
McKinley's likeness appears on the $500 bill,
Yes.
which was discontinued in 1969. What did McKinley do that put him on the $500 bill? I don't care that he's on the $500 bill. I want to know the fact Okay, so I'm obviously got to go look into it, right? But I'm
did
on the
he have a
History Channel looking
did
in
he have a
for these
great
facts.
did he have a great mustache or something? So
Oh,
that
I promise you he did. Good old McKinley. No, he didn't actually. No, he's just one of them weird Man, time back then is just different.
yeah,
I can't get lost in those photos. We got to keep doing those surprising facts.
cover him with like vampires.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, it's crazy. It's
It's just
crazy, but
yeah.
like
Yeah.
Roosevelt was the youngest president taking office at age 42, Theodore Roosevelt.
What do you think we would look like back then? We have had those crazy mutton chops and the crazy hairdo.
Oh yeah, I promise you. Yeah,
You
yeah.
notice none of them are bald?
No,
Yeah, it wasn't a manly thing to be bald. Now it's, "Oh, you're silverback if you're bald. It means you've got lots
we've
of
even got our own club.
testosterone."
We've got our own club, and the only
Yeah,
way to be able to be in that club is to be bald. So,
correct. Yes, Charles and I are in the men's bald club.
yeah, yeah. The NBC. The
Exclusive
NBC.
members only.
Should probably Google NBC to make sure it's not trademarked.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Well, we already got the bat ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You got
William-
anybody out there got like $100 million and want to help Charles and I start Bat Friends?
I
So
want
that
to
we
start
can
bat friends. I want to start a
yeah.
bat farm.
So we
Hey,
can start a
actually,
bat farm?
anybody out there who knows anybody who currently owns a bat farm, I'd love to talk.
Yeah.
We'd love to talk to you.
We'd love to come on
talk
your bat farm.
and visit, hang out.
Yeah.
Be
We
like,
wanna
yo, what up?
give us a tour of your bat farm.
To
Yeah,
hurl
it's just no hair,
Ho-
man.
William Howard Taft, the first
Yes,
president to
Taft.
hurl the first pitch at a Major League Baseball game.
Oh, he was a baller, huh? He's
Yeah.
out there just winging pitches.
Woodrow Wilson.
Woody.
He officially established the second Sunday in May as Mother's Day.
Oh, good for him.
Calvin Coolidge, a quiet man, Coolidge purportedly replied, "You lose," to a visitor who bet she could get at least 3 words out of him. You lose.
Wow, what a champ. It sounds like Deion Sanders right there.
Again, though, that's the president of the
Go
United
Pride.
States. And
Go
our fun
Pride,
fact
yeah.
for the president of the United States is that he was challenged to a word joust in which one challenger stated, "I can make you say 3 or more words." And he showed up and went, "You lose."
And guess what? He won.
That's it. It's over.
Dun, dun, dun. Yes.
Man, I'm telling you what.
I don't think there's enough. We're not going there. We're not going to go there. I was going to say, can we get our president to say 3 words without stumbling and bumbling?
I was
mean,
trying to
fuck-
figure out what the fun fact for the last 2 fucking presidents.
Yeah. Fun fact? Oh, great. I can't wait. Let's just keep going. Keep going. You got
So
it.
we got Franklin D. Roosevelt. All right. Franklin
Yeah.
D., the longest serving commander in chief, claimed to be distantly related to 11 other presidents, including his 5th cousin, Theodore Roosevelt, 1933 to 1945. That mother trucker sat there for 12 years. Good old Harry Truman. Which, by the way, after that, everyone's, "Oh, you can't do that anymore. Let's do term limits." Congress. So Harry S. Truman, the S in Harry S. Truman was just an initial. It didn't stand for any name. The S in Ulysses S. Grant didn't stand for anything either. There's your Harry fact. His S didn't mean shit. Literally, it didn't mean nothing. So Dwight D. Eisenhower, World War
Yeah.
II hero Ike, was the first president to ride in a helicopter. Dwight D. Eisenhower is a fucking dog. And if you are on
Yeah.
the shitter for any more than 3 minutes and you have 5 to look up something other than Facebook, go check out old boy Dwight. Man. John F. Kennedy. After being injured and honorably discharged in World War II, Kennedy was briefly employed as a journalist during the waning weeks of the war.
The wall?
Honestly, I feel like we could have done way better with John F. Kennedy, but that is an interesting fact. He was a journalist to end the war. That's interesting. Lyndon B. Johnson. Johnson's first career was as a teacher. He worked at a school near the U.S. Mexico border for 4 years before launching a career in politics. From 1963 to 1969. He then lost to the movie star Richard Nixon. Nixon became such a skillful
Nixon.
poker player while stationed in the Solomon Islands during World War II that his winnings helped launch his political career upon his return to the United States. What?
Yeah. Damn, he was a gambler, huh? The gambling man.
How cheap was it to run for president back then, or how much money did he win gambling? Which question should be asked?
Honestly, they probably made people pay for it back then. He probably had people in his pocket. He was Nixon, whatever.
Gerald Ford was a star football player at the University of Michigan.
Yes.
Actually, Ford turned down offers from both the Detroit Lions and Green Bay Packers.
Yep.
That's neat. I knew the former, did not know the latter. That was
Yeah.
cool. Jimmy Carter. When his father died in 1953, Carter gave up his successful military career to move back to Georgia and work on their family's peanut farm. How the fuck he just give it up?
Fuck them peanuts. He just
But
said, fuck them peanuts.
Is he just? He's like, all right, man. Hey, Army. My dad died. I gotta go take care of the farm. And the Army's just like, yeah, we understand.
You don't think he had a little bit of pull? Maybe
Hashtag
family had
peanuts.
some pull. Maybe they were big peanut fans. I don't know. Just speculate. Maybe.
Actually, I know exactly how it happened. The moment his father died and he took over the farm, he became too wealthy to be in the Army. That's
the
like,
thing. Yes, correct.
I couldn't buy a Powerball or lottery ticket because had I won, I couldn't claim that money while I was in. I would have had to have somebody else do it. Yada,
Yeah,
yada.
you got to go back to being an actual like full-fledged
Civilian.
It's considered what, undecorated civilian. You can't even be a decorated civilian or something. There's some weird thing like that. You got to be so far removed from it or something. I don't know more about that, but I think that's nuts. To me, that's stupid.
I loved being in. I never looked at ways to get out.
No,
I had
no,
one
no,
bad.
no, no. I'm
There's
just
this
saying.
one. I tell you, no, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But it laughed. It reminded me of I'll have to tell you the story of the time my battle buddy in basic training.
Yeah.
Told me his cousin told him that if he pissed the bed, the Army would send him home due to a. I'm not going to use that. I know the term. I'll tell you the term off camera.
Yeah, I know what term.
Yeah, but anywho, yeah, this whole story unfolded and it fucking just wild. Maybe that'll be the story I tell everyone in 90 some days. The battle buddy pissed the bed story. That might be a good one, actually.
As long as you don't disclose the name or the nature or where it was, I'm sure you're fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's all speculation.
Yeah.
Allegedly, it allegedly happened. Right.
Old George Bush. While a student at Yale University, Bush, this is the first one, 89-93. Bush was captain of the baseball school. Listen. Bush was captain of the baseball team and member of Skull and Bones, an elite secret student.
Yeah, I knew that was happening. Did you know that Rutgers has the Order of the Bull's Blood or something? Secret Society, and they actually sent them a letter to Jim Harbaugh to go back and leave Michigan or whatever. Yeah, there's a cool letter I can show you. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. Bull's blood? Do they drink bull's blood?
The Order of the Bull's Blood at Rutgers University. Yes,
I promise you they drink bull's blood and get paddled on the ass.
It's a secret society and it's been around for forever, over 100 years.
If it's secret, then I get to secretly speculate. So paddle on the ass has 12 holes in it. Better airflow while they're drinking the bull's blood.
Watch me whip. Watch me nene.
Yeah. Oh man. I wonder if you had to do that in the bones and skulls.
Maybe. I don't know.
Bill Clinton
walked backward naked in a cornfield.
Monica Lewinsky once hid under a table. No, that's not the fact.
That's not the one.
Clinton played the saxophone.
That didn't happen.
Clinton played the saxophone and famously performed on the Arsenio Hall show when he was a candidate for president.
Right? Is he? It wasn't.
Go on there and I'm going to play my jazz music.
Charles, I bought one of those shirts from Hot Topic, and it said cigars. They're not just for smoking anymore. If if anybody knows the reference, yes, it's sick and twisted and disturbing. But yes, allegedly that happened.
This is why we do these
This
things.
is the
Oh,
podcast.
and they are on here too. Oh my
You found it? Yeah.
god.
Yeah, it was like a brown shirt.
It's
Yeah.
oh no, yeah, no, I'm laughing at the
Oh.
last 3 presidential facts
Oh,
here.
no, I thought you found
Yeah,
I
no,
found
we're
the
getting
shirt I was talking
we're,
about, yeah.
we're getting to the end and it is as juicy as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
So after Billy played the saxophone, George W. Post presidency, Bush took up oil painting, exhibiting his work at the Museum of Southwest in Texas. I'm going to paint this real nice.
Painter red. I like red. My
This-
dad told me he liked red too. We lived on a farm, that big old ranch that had cattle, and we had oil fields everywhere. I like red.
Oh,
Just like,
man.
have you ever heard that Saturday Night Live skit? I think
Yeah.
Peyton
Oh,
Manning
yeah.
plays
Yeah.
it. It's like, she painted red. I like red.
Just laughing at how I'm just the next 2 out of the 3 are just glowing. And
Yeah.
yeah. So there we go. Mr. Barack Obama. Prior to becoming the first African American president, Obama won 2 Grammy Awards for Best Spoken Word Album. His wife, Michelle, has likewise won a Grammy.
I will get one thing about Obama that I could actually agree with. Had he been more liked, it was a very good with his speech. Like, he was very articulate. Like,
Oh, yeah.
he was good
Absolutely.
with words.
He could
Like, not as well as me.
He could
Yeah, he was
enunciate
good.
paragraphs from
Yeah.
front to back. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, could we all believe everything? No, but
No.
had he been better with it, sure.
Now, I'm looking to find
Unbelievable.
a scientist because I don't believe the EPA regs on unleaded 88.
Unleaded idiot. No, it's hard to understand that either. Like, it's just
Although,
not
my
regulated.
newfound faith in the owners of the Quick Trip
They're gonna
have-
bring it back for you.
have brought me closer into
Yeah.
exploring unleaded 88 in a vehicle that is a 2022.
Yeah,
2022. So
they're gonna bring you back to reality. Back to reality.
Donald J. Trump, Mr. Donald J. Trump. Before becoming president, Trump was a real estate developer, entrepreneur, and host of the NBC reality show The Apprentice. How do you not know all of those things today?
Hold on, Charles.
Boys in the Woods podcast, it's the best podcast in the world. The Boys in the Woods podcast, it's the best podcast in the world.
See, Donald just gave us our fun fact right there.
Fun
That
fact.
was our fun fact from Donald.
And then our current president, Mr. Joe Biden. Mr. Biden overcame a debilitating childhood stutter after enduring bullying over the condition in grade school. Nice.
So that
So
was
the-
his fact, is that he overcame a stutter.
And he was bullied in high school, in grade school.
You would think that a guy that became as successful as him would have had something more amazing happen to him.
Yeah,
Not knocking him. He's
the whole
president or
list.
whatever,
I
but
agree. I agree with you. The whole
Wow.
fucking list, dude.
I get it. That's something to be proud of when you're a kid. But as an adult, you're like, yeah, I overcame that shit and I became president.
Only a couple of those people on the list weren't like a senator or
Shove it for pressure. Go ahead.
And I said, okay.
Yeah, and okay.
But
I
anyway,
like I
but
like
anyway.
ice cream. I like ice
So-
cream. I like a lot.
That entire list, right? There's only a couple of names on there that weren't
Yeah.
US senators or congressmen or women, or I'm sorry, men.
Yeah.
So, like, the fact that not a single fucking one of those fun facts was like of a bill or something they created to better society here. I don't know, man. I get into this all the time on my face, not all the time anymore. My family and I eat a different sandwich when we go to the restaurant, we'll say. So I've had to tone back quite a bit. But once a month I let loose. And this month I was just like, I just don't understand how y'all keep voting in these people who've been there for 10 plus years.
Oh no, yeah.
We're still dealing with the same problems. I'm like, that shit just don't make sense to me.
What's
Politics and
funny-
common sense don't mix.
How come when the presidents talk about it, it's always some negative thing that they're running on and they're trying to bash each other on? How come we can't how come term limits isn't as popular of a thing as it is?
Right.
Does it hold that much pressure, like,
Right.
over them that they can't talk about it or it can't be a thing? Because only senators and I don't know. I don't know
Well,
politics
what's
enough,
weird,
and I don't know enough about it
well,
to
right,
make a
and
a
kind of like
point.
a small point on that is what's weird is that you're beginning to see people run on the theory that they are going to introduce term limits because
Yeah,
the
but you
one thing
guys
that
still got to
doesn't
get
make
everybody on
sense is
board. Yeah.
the only people that can put term limits on them are themselves.
Correct. Yeah, and I think that's where people are like, there's such a gray area here where even if we get in, we can propose it, but we still got to get everybody on board to vote for
Yeah.
it. It's not
The
that
old
easy.
people need to go. That's just
Yeah,
what it is. Mitt
yeah.
Romney said, or was it Mitt Romney? I think old
I
Mitt
don't
said
know.
it. It's time for the old people. It's time for the young people to step up. But we don't do politics.
Right.
That's what we got there again because of the president thing. Patrick and I do talk about these things often with many people, but we do not talk about it on this show because,
No.
man, it leaves a
No,
weird taste in your mouth.
we
But
just
you know what doesn't leave a weird taste in your mouth, Pat?
what's that?
1990s cartoons.
1990s cartoons.
We're about to go through the top 7 most
Ooh.
popular 1990 cartoons. Are you ready? We'll start from the bottom and
Yeah.
we'll make it. Coming in at number 7, Pokemon. I liked Pokemon. I watched the hell out of it, actually.
Yeah, I never watched the show as much as I played with the trading cards.
Oh, I played the
I
fuck
should
out of the
say.
trading cards.
Yeah.
Patty Boy's got a rated hollow Charizard on his show now. That's funny to see
Oh, really? Yeah.
on his new show on that one worldwide shit network.
We can talk about them. It's fine. We're not part of that. We're not part
Coming
of the
in,
network.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The four. We just call them the 4-letter network. Dan
Yeah.
Patrick calls them.
We will.
We're
too.
about
We'll
we're about as disgruntled as they are. So
yeah,
4-letter network.
the 4-letter network. That's what we'll call them from here on out.
Right.
Coming in at number 6, Darkwing Duck.
No,
I love the hell out of Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Coming in at number 5. And now recently this has been getting some notice.
Right.
Captain Planet, he's our
He's our
hero.
hero. Gonna
Gonna
bring pollution down to 0.
Yeah, Captain Planet actually coming in at number 5. Now the reason Captain Planet has been in the news and not the news, but like the scuttlebutt is where do you go to watch Captain Planet?
I don't know. He wasn't
You
on
can't.
USA. What was he on?
He was
What
on
network?
Cartoon Network, yeah.
What
But
cartoon?
yeah, but you cannot find Captain Planet anywhere because why would any networks want 5 interracial children coming together to beat pollution and the corporate greed of the world? Why would anybody want to spread that message?
See, nobody ever paid attention to what was going on. I guess I was blinded by that and never really saw that when I was younger.
5
Now
interracial
they make that
children
a point. Oh boy.
coming together to defeat pollution and the corrupt justice on planet Earth. Why would anybody want to spread that message?
The Toxic Avengers back in the day.
Damn. I'd help Captain Planet. And you know what? Saving our planet is the thing to do. Polluting and looting is not the way. Here's what Captain Planet has to say. The power is yours. Anywho, number 4. I liked number 4. Watch the hell out of it. Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, go get it.
Number 3,
Oh,
The Ren and Stimpy Show. Love
yeah.
that also.
Yeah.
Watch the hell out of that. Coming in at number 2, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man does whatever a
Whatever a
spider
spider
can.
can.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then number 1, The X-Men. Couple shows I'm surprised I didn't see on the list. Rocco's Modern Life and Doug.
What about Chippendale's Rescue Rangers?
Chippendale, Rescue Rangers, Chippendale.
Chippendale. What's another one? DuckTales.
DuckTales. The danger looks behind you.
Thank you.
There's a stranger out to find you. Grab onto some DuckTales. Woo! Yeah.
Yeah. we freaking-
Gargoyles,
Gargoyles.
Looney Tunes,
Tunes, yeah.
Batman,
Pinky and the
Pinky and the
Brain.
Brain. What are we doing today?
See, I think the
Same thing we
WB
do
didn't
every
get
day,
that
Pinky.
much.
Yeah.
Do you think it's the WB just didn't get enough love? I think that's what part of it was.
Yeah, because the Animaniacs.
Yeah, there's a ton
If
of
you
them.
haven't listened to the Animaniacs song about your states and capitals, listen
Yeah,
to me.
that's how a lot of people learn their states and
That's how I
capitals.
learned my states and
Animaniacs, yeah.
capitals. I learned am, as, are, was, were, has, have, had, can, could, shall, should, will, would, do, did, does, may, might, must. I learned that by turning it into a song, and it was a game in fucking 5th grade.
Yeah, they did it. They
I
were
was like,
good at it
fuck.
too.
Maybe
Those
6th grade. I don't know.
If anybody from the Animaniacs is a writer out there, wants to come and be the writer for our show, we would gladly take you on.
Fuck yeah. A
Pro
couple other
bono.
ones too, right?
Pro
Like
bono until we blow up.
a couple
Pro
other ones too.
bono until we blow up.
Rugrats never made the list.
Yeah, that's nuts.
So I think we might have to make our own top 10 1990s cartoon list or something.
Yeah, we'll rate them. We'll give them a 1 to 100 rating.
Okay,
Do
and then
that.
there's a couple other lists I want to get to. Man, this filler episode rocked life. So this is the last one. We'll do the last one and then we'll bounce out from here. But
Yeah.
discontinued drinks from the 90s.
Oh,
Check-
yeah.
Here we go. There's 14 of them, and we're going to start from the bottom and go to the top. The number 14, Like Cola. It was famous for
Yeah,
being
yeah,
99% caffeine free. I never heard of it.
No, I never did either.
Nope.
Did it have a generic looking label?
We'll have to look up the photos and everything. This would be
Yeah.
interesting to dig into. You should have got to this one way earlier, but that's on me. But so then number 13, the original New York Seltzer. Now, growing up in the UP, right? There ain't
Yeah.
no way we heard about a few of these that are on here.
No, probably not. Yeah.
But now a couple of these I'm starting to remember. Jolt Cola.
Jolt is still around, technically.
Jolt Cola, known for its high caffeine content, it can still be found in select stores. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Probably not a good idea. If you're a caffeine buff, don't go searching out Jolt Cola.
Those
'cause I'm
didn't
pretty-
taste really good if I remember that.
No, I think it tastes like caffeine.
So then Crystal
Like chewing
Pepsi.
on-
I remember the Crystal Pepsi commercials.
Dude,
I can't remember the taste. It freaked me out.
if you and I ever get enough money, we're gonna do like we'll get together, we'll do like a YouTube nostalgic episode where we'll try and taste. We'll do the LA Beast type stuff. We'll taste, we'll sniff, we'll try.
Yeah.
But we're definitely not gonna eat the whole bag or drink the whole
No.
thing. But I'll put my finger in there and I'll lick it. We'll get some views. I think it'd be funny.
Snapple's Clear Root Beer.
I do remember this.
Ah,
I
I
do
do
remember
not.
this. Shell Station back by the Ramada used to have
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. It was a clear root beer that was quite unusual. That's the
It did not
description of
taste
it.
good. It did not taste good.
Listen to number 8, dude. Cocaine. A
Yes.
soda with an unfortunate name, but no actual cocaine.
No. So when was this? Was in the 90s. How did they get away with marketing that?
Dude,
Like, how
that
did you
was-
put that in a
fucking-
store?
Bro, Coca-Cola. You don't want to know why? Because it's probably when the government was introducing cocaine to the streets.
Yeah, it's possible. but
That's
I
a
mean,
conspiracy. I was just kidding.
yeah,
But
that's
no, I
nuts.
agree. Well, here's a big question too, right?
Yeah.
Like Coca-Cola is made with real Coke leaves.
Yeah, well,
Like
it's-
pharmaceutical Coke leaves. Now the Coke is out of it, but
Yeah.
the taste, the actual taste is with pharmaceutical Coke leaves. How the frank does Coca-Cola acquire so many Coke leaves? Okay, so the top 10 items in
know.
the world, the number 2 item in the world is Coca-Cola.
Yes.
How does it get so many illegal leaves? It gets them legally, obviously, but who
Probably
the-
Probably the same way they go about the hemp with making
Yeah.
rope and all these clothes and stuff. It legally has like
Oh,
THC in it, and then they just
Yeah.
remove it. Or
Yeah, well, no,
you
now
know,
all the
get it
cocaine
out.
is removed from these
Yeah.
Coke leaves. Absolutely,
Right.
100%. There is no cocaine in Coca-Cola. There was.
except
now
for
there's
what, except for people allegedly think that it's in McDonald's Coca-Cola because they can't stop drinking the McDonald's Coke. Why is it so good? Why is it so good, everybody? It's because it's got way more sugar. That's why.
If you could get yourself to like a Mexican restaurant and get yourself one of those Coca-Colas from Mexico,
Are you just gonna shove your head
Oh my
underneath the
God.
fountain? Ah,
it's so good. I don't understand. It doesn't give me heartburn, bro. Cold water
I'm
gives
wa-
me heartburn, but
I'm
that
wondering
Coke
if-
doesn't give me heartburn.
I'm wondering if it's different water,
to-
a different formula.
They use
even.
real sugarcane leaves from Mexico.
That's possible because ours is like sucralose or whatever, sucrose.
One of these
and-
times I'll have to take you up to
shit.
Taco Burrito Mexico. Shout out Taco Burrito
From Mexico.
Yeah, up in Green Bay. It's so
Yeah.
good. Yeah, we get okay. They have a chimichanga on the menu, but they also have a deep fried burrito on the menu.
Oh, deep
Oh
fried
my
burrito.
god, so good. You can also get a bacon wrap deep fried burrito. Dude,
So
it's so good.
we're just over here. Are you on a diet? No, go ahead.
Go ahead. 7 Up Gold. I remember that. An early
Yeah.
spice flavored soda. I remember that. That was before its
Yeah.
time. That was before its time. It'd probably do good if it made its way back. Apple
Right.
Slice. Introduced in 1986, this apple flavor soda had various flavors in the 90s. I don't remember Apple Slice.
I don't remember. And I think, yeah, some of the stuff might have been like probably
South of the bridge.
geographically
Yeah.
placed in certain cities, maybe.
Fruitopia? I think I
I do
remember
remember.
this.
I remember
A
Fruitopia. They
fruit
had
flavored
that.
drink that drew inspiration from the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, they used to have wild flavors. It was like
Yeah.
passion fruit gummy bears
Yeah.
or something. It was like some weird flavor.
Lifesavers soda. Maybe that's what I'm yearning for in the gas stations when I look for a drink is my fucking Fruitopia, man.
Can I ask you if there's one on there? I know it's not a soda, but do you
Yeah.
remember Sobe
Yeah, I do
with the
remember what
little
happens
lizard?
when you left Sobe outside.
Yeah, it was
The
gross.
color fell to the fucking bottom of the drink, but the liquid stayed up top and it was like separated. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really wild, but didn't freeze below 32 degrees.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, it was so good.
I don't know what they put in there. It was probably some kind of
Sounded
oils or
like
fats or
antifreeze.
we were we were drinking it, and fucking me and Andy were drinking that stuff. Like we were
Yeah.
working out, we were in high school, we were drinking
Oh
that
man,
stuff.
I drank
and
the shit out of Sobe. They had so many
Yeah.
crazy flavors too.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
pink one, the pink one with the
Yeah.
weird pink lizard with the tongue
Kind
wrapping
of looked like
around the whole bottle.
Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah, I drank the
yeah.
hell out of that one. Yeah,
Yeah. Lifesaver soda. Never
never
heard of
seen it.
that one. That
I wonder if
sucks.
we could. Let's check it. Maybe I bet you we can get that on eBay.
Yeah.
Probably
Orbits.
$100 a bottle.
Orbits. A unique lava lamp soda with floating flavor balls. I didn't never remember seeing one of those either. And then the number one thing, but it's making its way back because
Yeah.
like I've seen it, is Surge. A citrus flavored soda that was discontinued in 2002, but has made a comeback in recent years.
Charles,
I remember, dude, I
be,
drank the fuck out of Surge.
you're gonna be very happy when I tell you this. Someone has a recipe for making Lifesavers flavored soda, and guess what brand of soda they use specifically to make those flavors? Warritos.
Mountain Dew. Wait, what?
Warritos, the Mexican soda. Doritos,
Oh,
Jarritos.
yeah. I promise
Yeah,
you
it
that's gonna
says
be
it
fantastic.
says to use that with Lifesavers in the bottle, crush them up, 10 Lifesavers per bottle, grind them up, and let it soak for 2 days.
Hmm. Man, even these commercials I'm looking at. Listen, y'all got to go out there and look up some of these YouTube commercials. We are rolling up on an hour. The Orbits drink, bro, looks ridiculous. I'm gonna pull it up real quick.
Yeah.
Just like I
Orbit.
don't know if I would. I don't know if I would ever buy it. I don't know, man.
Is it a wild drink? It's stuff. Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, it looks like the orange juice you don't ever want to buy. There it is.
Oh, yes, that looks like kombucha. Oh, Surge.
yeah.
Kombucha.
It's
That's what it
just-
looks like. Kombucha.
Man,
You know what? I did have that before, and I was like, "What the flup is this? This is
that's what I'm
gross."
saying. They're like little flavor balls, and then you got to bite into
Yeah.
them to.
No.
I was around in
no.
the 90s. I'm feeling a little upset right now.
a little. Are
Yeah.
you feeling left out, or are you just feeling like disgusted that they
Yeah.
had
This
some of
is what
these
growing up
gross
in the
things?
UP was like, man. Fuck,
Yeah,
you guys
people
would hear a
realize-
hit song in January. A new song would come out in January. 2 years later, the next February, it's a brand new song for us. Man, let me tell you, wild world growing up. But you know what? We did a lot of smiling and laughing. We did a lot of do you remember those snow towers we used to build? Jack's
Yeah.
grocery store used to get. I feel so bad for them damn workers. They used to have to get out of the truck and crawl through all them tunnels to make sure no kid was in there before the snow
Yeah, we
removal because
used
the
to
next
dig- we
day
used
more
to-
snow was coming.
We used to dig tunnels underneath them, and they'd go all the way to the other side, and
Yeah.
someone would have
We
to
had-
yell in there, "Get out of
Did-
there!"
Like the movie Jack Snow, when that kid
Yeah.
and the kids got like that kind of elaborate little igloo thing, like 50 times the size that we used to build the shit out of those as a kid.
All 15 feet tall.
Oh my God, that was so cool. Those were some good times. We smiled a lot. You should smile more
Did.
today. The world definitely needs it. You don't know who's out there looking for a smile or who wants to be seen.
as always. Till next time, we will see. Hey, we will see you guys.
Sunday. And
Sunday,
listen,
Sunday.
show up in your Fanatics gear, show up in any gear, just show up in something. You don't want the police out there catching you. It's game day, baby. Go Pack.
Go back, go.